Imagine this. You're standing in a grocery store checkout line. Your cart isn't even full, just the basics. But as the total pops up, your stomach drops. You're already doing the math for which bill can wait until next week. Now here's the thing. You're not alone. In fact, 78% of Americans live exactly like this, paycheck to paycheck. That's almost 4 out of every 5 people. And the big question is, how is this happening in one of the richest countries in the world? Today, we're breaking down the real reasons behind this. Some surprising, some frustrating, and some that no one really talks about. And more importantly, what you can actually do about it. All right, let's get into it. First, let's start with the obvious, but dig deeper than most explanations go. Wages haven't kept up with reality. We always hear things are expensive, but the real story is bigger. Household incomes have gone up over time, but the cost of living has gone up way faster. Think of it like running on a treadmill that keeps speeding up every minute. Your legs are moving faster, but you're not going anywhere. Here's a stat that puts this into perspective. The average worker's pay has grown only about 12% over the last 40 years. But housing costs have gone up more than 70% in the same period. That's like giving someone a larger cup and telling them to carry more water, except you also poke holes in the cup. No matter how hard they try, the water just leaks out. People aren't failing because they're bad at managing money. Many are simply stuck in a world where their income hasn't evolved with the cost of basic life. But wages are only part of the picture. Let's talk about something even more unavoidable. The cost of being an adult has exploded. Bills used to be simple. Rent, food, maybe a car, maybe insurance. Now it's like playing whack-a-mole with your bank account. Just look at the essentials. Rent, groceries, transportation, health insurance, phone, internet, streaming, car repairs, medications, childcare, emergency savings, which most people don't even have. It's wild. Take healthcare, for example. A recent survey found that 40% of Americans have skipped a medical treatment because they couldn't afford it. Imagine how stressful life must feel when getting sick could financially ruin you. Or childcare. According to the Economic Policy Institute, childcare in many states now costs more than college tuition. That's like needing a second job just to afford letting yourself go to work in the first place. The problem isn't luxury spending. The problem is that the price tag on basic survival has gone through the roof. Speaking of prices going through the roof, let's talk about a more invisible trap people fall into. Debt is eating up monthly income. If you feel like your paycheck disappears the second you get it, debt is probably a big reason why. We live in a system where debt is almost a requirement to function. Want a degree? Student loans. Need a car to get to work? Auto loan. Unexpected medical bill? Credit card. Right now, the average American carries over $6,000 in credit card debt, and the average interest rate is around 20%. That's basically like trying to walk up a down escalator. Even if you make progress, the system pulls you back. Debt is not a moral failure. It's a business model, a very profitable one. And it keeps people trapped in that paycheck-to-paycheck cycle because a huge chunk of every month is already spoken for before the month even starts. But even if debt is part of the issue, there's another factor that goes beyond math. It's psychological. Lifestyle inflation is a hidden culprit. This one is tricky because lifestyle inflation doesn't always look like the classic buying things you don't need. It often shows up quietly. A raise comes in, and suddenly you upgrade your apartment, buy slightly nicer groceries, or go out a little more. Nothing crazy, just small improvements. But these small improvements add up. It's like turning up a faucet very slowly. You don't notice the difference at first, but eventually the sink overflows. Now, here's the twist. Lifestyle inflation isn't always irresponsible. it's human. When you've been stressed about money, any extra breathing room feels like freedom. Spending that extra cash feels like finally coming up for air. And companies know this. Marketing, credit offers, and convenience services are all designed to nudge your spending higher the moment your income rises. So, lifestyle inflation doesn't just happen. It's engineered. But even if someone avoids lifestyle inflation, there's still another hurdle. Financial literacy is not taught at all. Most people learn about money the way they learn about swimming. Someone just throws them in the deep end and hopes they figure it out. Schools rarely teach anything about budgeting, taxes, debt, or credit. Which is crazy, because these are things every single adult needs to use forever. As a result, a lot of people are trying to navigate a financial system they were never taught to understand. Imagine trying to play a game where everyone else knows the rules except you. And the rules keep changing. And the consequences are real. This isn't people being bad with money. It's people being unprepared by design. But there's still one more factor, one of the biggest and one people talk about the least. Unpredictability is the new normal. A study by the J.P. Morgan Chase Institute found something surprising. Volatility in income is now one of the biggest reasons people live paycheck to paycheck. Meaning, even if you make enough money, you might not make it consistently. More gig jobs, more contract work, more shifts that change, more hours being cut, more surprise expenses. Income is unstable. Expenses are not. It's like trying to build a sandcastle while the tide keeps coming in. Every time you make progress, a new wave knocks it down. People aren't just struggling with low income, they're struggling with unpredictable income. So now that we know the why, let's talk about something more empowering. The what now. What you can actually do, starting today. You can't control the economy, or housing prices, or healthcare costs, but you can control how you respond to the system you're living in. Here are 4 practical steps that actually help break the paycheck to paycheck cycle. Step 1. Track your money for 30 days. Not forever, just 30 days. Think of it like turning on the lights in a messy room. You can't clean anything if you can't see it. Most people are shocked when they see where their money actually goes. Awareness alone creates change. Step 2. Create a buffer fund. Not a full emergency fund, just one small buffer, like $150 to $300. This tiny cushion stops small problems from becoming big ones. It's like putting a speed bump between you and financial chaos. Step 3. Pick one high-interest debt and attack it. Not all debts, just one. Simplify the battle. Paying off even a small debt frees monthly cash flow, reduces stress, and creates momentum. Step 4. Focus on increasing income, not just cutting costs. There's a limit to how much you can cut. There is no limit to how much you can earn. A side skill, a freelance gig, a certification, a raise, a new job. One small income boost can completely change your financial future. All right, let's bring this home. Here's the real truth. Living paycheck to paycheck isn't a personal failure. It's a systemic outcome. Wages didn't keep up. Costs exploded. Debt became normal. Financial literacy lagged behind. And income became unstable. But even in a system stacked against you, small, consistent steps can still create freedom. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight. You just need to start with one change you can stick with. Because when you take control of even a small part of your financial world, your stress goes down, your choices expand, and your future opens up in ways you couldn't imagine. Thanks for watching. And if you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who might need it. See you in the next one.